Hello everyone, it is Arlise Maxine, and today I'm going to be drawing in my tiny sketchbook. I'm going to be drawing a bunch of bugs, a couple of beetles. We're just going to have a sort of a chillax time and just catch up on you guys on some mental health topics. I've made a couple of videos talking a bit about my mental health because it is important to talk about it, especially as a pretty busy artist, juggling classes, finishing my art degree, making content, and also just having an outside life and work and things like that. So it could be a big challenge to juggle all of those things, especially at once. And a lot of those things are very high pressure. So it's like, what do you do to help yourself just like settle on like your feelings on things? And I have been struggling a lot lately with anxiety, and there's been some life changes, so that kind of explains it, but I'm still thinking like, why is this happening to me? Anxiety is a thing that just kind of comes out of nowhere most times. So it's like, why is my heart beating so fast? Like, what's happening to me right now? And you don't know what to do because you're just like afraid and anxious at the same time, and the anxiety brings the fear, or the fear brings the anxiety. So it's just a very like bad cycle sometimes. And this isn't going to be like a helpful video because I'm still trying to help myself, but I hope along the way of me talking about this and drawing with you guys that, just talking sort of eases myself a little bit. And maybe you guys could also relate to some things, because I feel like a lot of us have anxiety out there and a lot of things to juggle in our lives. And I have also been struggling with motivation, so that's also a big thing with all of those things at once. Like, how do you motivated to do any one of those things? And like I mentioned, I have been struggling to do all that all of a sudden. You think you are like a beast when you're doing multiple things at the same time. Like, especially this week for me, I have been just doing homework and work back to back and just had no time for content or even drawing. And art is something I really enjoy to do, and when I was a teenager, it used to be a coping mechanism for me to help with those mental health things that I have been struggling with for a long time. And now it's just not something I'm even thinking about because there's just too many other things going on. So how do we start to build back up on defeating that art block? And I guess it's like building that motivation up again. And for a couple of days, I did draw bugs, like multiple pages in this little sketchbook here, and I had a lot of fun because it was just like a new thing to draw. And there's millions of bugs out there, and they're all so cool, and there's so many different colors. And we'll get to all the different colors here that we'll be coloring in, but it's just... And then I just like sort of stopped drawing for like another week. So it's just hard to go back into something that I enjoy doing that I no longer have motivation for. And as an artist, there are several times in a year, or sometimes even a month, where you have art block and you just don't want to do the thing you love anymore, or the thing you love like doesn't bring you joy anymore. And I don't think that's what's going on with me. I think I just have been going through too much all at once, where art is like the last thing on my mind, and I'm like not even picking up a colored pencil or a marker anymore, or even like looking at other art online for motivation. So that has been pretty difficult lately. So I don't think I'm going to answer any of these questions that I'm asking. I think I'm just sort of talking to you. This kind of like a little podcast moment here. We're just talking about stuff. All the stuff I'm saying is just kind of like flowing through me. So we'll see how this goes. This is probably going to be so jumbled up, but I mean, that's how my brain has been. So you get a little peek into how my brain has been doing. During all this like jumbled mess going on in my life, I've noticed that I'm not taking any time for myself. and I really want to try to do that again. There's 2 days of this week that I just did homework constantly, and I think I really get into something, I don't know if there's a name for it, maybe you experience this too, where there's a task that you need to do and then you just keep doing it, or you keep doing multiple tasks at the same time. I guess it's sort of just like it's not that I was focused, it was just more like I need to get this done and I need to do as much as possible so I have extra time. But then even today I just had this thought, oh, I have extra time because I did a lot of homework this week. Well, I should just do more homework. I mean, how do I get at that? What am I supposed to do? I could just do the whole semester's worth of homework in 2 weeks. I could possibly do that, but that's unhealthy and it could damage myself by doing that, by just constantly doing homework. But it's strange because I do feel motivated to do it, because it's I need to get this done. I'm gonna do as much as I can. So I think a little goal that we should all set for ourselves is to take some time for ourselves, whether that's a day or a couple of hours a day or the whole weekend, to just not do anything. I am going to do that sometime this week. I'm not procrastinating it. I am gonna try to have the rest of this week completely free, although I feel like it's gonna be a big challenge because I like to get things done all the time, even if I'm feeling like crap. I'll wake up and just upset, and I'm well, I need to do this and this and this, so I'm gonna do it, and then it's done. I don't have to think about it, but it's just difficult. What else? I haven't really been sleeping that well. No idea why. Probably the crippling anxiety that's going on. Sorry that's so dark, but it's just a fact. But I do have, I'm going to try to transition here, I do have a lot of interesting art ideas that I would like to do. I guess I could use that free time to do those things. I did a little stop at the dollar store recently, and I got these 2 little canvases, and I thought, why not? I haven't painted on anything this small in a long time, or I don't think I've ever painted on such a small canvas like that. It's a couple of inches. So I'm gonna try to do something with those. And I also didn't realize that I have a whole sketchbook that I haven't been using, a bigger sketchbook, not these little ones, that I could just be painting in, because I'm I've been really loving when I have those bursts of wanting to paint, but then I run out of that canvas. So I'm well, then I can't paint anything if I don't have a canvas. But that's not true. I can paint on paper. I have mixed media sketchbooks. I can paint on that paper, and I have. And I should be doing that. Why aren't I doing it? I'm gonna have to do that this week. So I'm gonna try to do a couple of fun things and bring myself back into loving art again. Maybe I'll film some of it. If that's something you'd be interested in watching, a little trying to fall back in love with art again after, just not utilizing it as a coping skill or just something to spare time or make myself feel better, because I get into spirals where I just don't do anything to make myself feel better, and I just sit with pain, and that's really hard to fall out of, especially when you're just in pain and you're upset and you don't know what to do. You're just I'm just gonna sit like this. But I should try to do more things, so I'm going to come up with a bunch of painting ideas and paint in my sketchbook, maybe fill up a couple of pages, maybe do a painting a day. I don't know. That I'm trying not to get too crazy, but we'll see how it goes. And give me some little painting ideas. Maybe I'll put them on my Instagram story or put them in the community tab. Let me know if you want to see that. Let me know if you want to see any of that footage. I don't think my painting videos do that very well on YouTube, but if you really want to see it, then I'd be willing to do it, because I really, really, really love painting outside of drawing. It's definitely my favorite art medium is acrylic paint and just painting in general. I love painting. So we got back into the positive a little bit in this video, but I hope you liked this little like podcast moment here, and maybe you related to some things that I talked about, or maybe these are new things that you've never heard of or never felt before, but we can chat about it if you'd like in the comments, or you can just say hey and give me those painting ideas, you know. This whole space is free to anybody, and art people or not art people or beginner artists, and anybody just like to watch drawing videos or just like something on the background. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for listening. If you listened through the whole video, I hope it didn't make you too sad. But these are just some life things that I've been dealing with, and I thought it'd be best to talk about it, and I think I just keep repeating myself, so we're just gonna try to end it quickly. I did not talk about bugs at all. I do not know all the names of these bugs. I didn't really do much research. I just found a collage of these bugs with like maybe like 5 other bugs, and I thought they were really cool and I loved the colors on them, so I drew these bugs. So I hope you enjoyed drawing bugs with me and chatting, and make sure to like and comment on this video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, or if you're new to the channel, hello. I'm not always this sad. I do a lot of fun stuff here, so check out my other videos, my other drawing videos. I got lots of cool stuff on here, and I do new things here all the time. So make sure to check those out. Like I said, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.